Alright, so what's going on, guys? My name's Chopper, and today, guys, we have some very interesting information and leaks about Infinte Warfare Zombies DLC 1. So there's going to be some pretty crazy stuff that we talk about today. So if you guys do end up enjoying this video, or if you find this interesting, make sure to leave a like, as we are going to be going for 115 likes on the video, and I would greatly appreciate it. With all that stuff out of the way, and without further ado, I want to talk about all the new information that we have about DLC 1. Now, you guys know that it's kind of early to really be talking about confirmed information from Infinte Ward themselves about DLC 1, but it's about the time we can start speculating and picking up on little tips and hints and stuff like that from the developers on Twitter, or just little things like that around the map, Zombies and Spaceland itself. This is where we can actually kind of analyze our first aspects into the first DLC map. Now, we know for a fact that DLC 1 is going to be coming out on PlayStation 4 first on January 31st. So we have a little over a month and a half to actually wait for this map. So this is about the time where we're not really getting confirmed information from Infinte Ward yet. It's a little bit too early for that, but they are bringing in playtesters and really starting to kind of push this map out and finalize it for the actual day of the release for PlayStation. So there's a very interesting post on an Infinte Warfare subreddit that talked about a certain group of playtesters who have actually played DLC 1 before at Infinte Ward Studios, and they were describing what they actually played. They played the Zombies map, and they were breaking down everything, and they actually gave a description of the map. Now, I want to say really quickly, before I tell you guys the description, actually show you what they had wrote down, I want you to take this with a grain of salt, because, this could be anybody who wrote this down, and I would not take this as, 100% confirmation by any means at all, because this is just like back in the day of Black Ops 2 and 3, when people would make the fake DLC posters and stuff like that. I don't know if we're going to get a fake DLC poster for our Infinte Warfare Zombies. We might, we'll find out, but I want you to take this description with a grain of salt and just kind of think for yourself if this could be real to you or not. But regardless, I am going to show you what the information we do have, and then you can make that opinion based on what you think about it. The description of the Zombies map reads as follows. The map is called Dead Ship. Episode 2 of Infinte Warfare Zombies brings players on board an alien spaceship that looks to be brought right from a 1980s horror film. Many features from Zombies and Spaceland return, in addition to some new perks and a ray gun remake. The map pack will be released on January 31st on PlayStation 4 and March 2nd on Xbox One and PC. Now, I know what you're thinking already, so let me just say this really quickly. This is not actually the official description that Infinte Ward gave for the map. This is something that the playtesters, how they would describe it, right? Basically, they take their experiences and put it into their own words, and this is what comes out of it. But this is all we kind of have to base anything off of, right? Is the alleged playtesters who did play this map, calling it Dead Ship, and then there was new perks, which we kind of expected, because we did get a bunch of new perks in this, and I feel like Infinte Warfare Zombies is really going to go hard about making new perks this year. I don't know, I just have a hunch. But and they also mentioned a ray gun remake. Now, the thing is, the first time I read that, the ray gun remake part, that immediately set off some red flags in my head, because if I know this is not the official description from Infinte Ward, if they were going to mention the ray gun, they wouldn't even really do it in the official description, so that automatically, gave me a red light for that. But if this is just the playtester's description, they're talking about a ray gun remake, it makes sense, but at the same time, I feel like they're going to go the route, maybe almost every time, of the 4 wonder weapon system, as that really seems to work in Zombies maps, kind of starting with Origins, and then obviously in Rise and Drake, now Zombies and Spaceland has kind of taken that as well. That kind of seems like to me that a ray gun remake, it only seemed like there was one wonder weapon, so I'm not really sure if that's going to be the case for DLC 1. It's interesting to think about, but that was definitely one of the red flags for me. Saying that this could be fake is that, there's a ray gun remake. I honestly don't know if they're going to go that route. But let me know what you guys think about that. Does that set off any red lights for you, or is that just me? I don't know. I just find that kind of suspicious. Another thing I want to talk about is Lee Ross recently just did a live stream. He's been really involved with interviews with different companies and this sort of stuff. And basically, he did a live stream a couple of days ago in which he was talking a little bit about DLC 1 as the interviewer was asking some questions. And he said something about the Afterlife being arcade being in DLC 1, but it's similar to the arcade that we have in Spaceland. However, it's not exactly the same. And this is interesting because it's possible that maybe if this is in a different time zone, we may have different games in the arcade. I mean, I know arcades are kind of really just strictly an 80s thing, is where they're popular, but it's interesting. He's said that they're going to have a similar system to the Afterlife arcade, but it may not look exactly the same as it does in Spaceland, and I think that's kind of really interesting, because maybe if this is on board Dead Ship, this alien spaceship or whatever, it's going to look a lot different. It might still have, the same sort of games in it, but it's going to look aesthetically different. I think that's actually really, really cool. And I've done a little bit more digging as well, and I looked around on Twitter and the internet, that sort of stuff, and I actually could not find Lee Ross either confirming or denying this stuff. He's not made any mention about this, alleged Dead Ship leak. We're not really sure about this. It's interesting, but the thing is, I feel like they'd have a more creative name. That's another thing that kind of sets another red light, is I feel like Dead Ship is not really a super creative name for DLC 1. Like Zombies and Spaceland is a pretty unique name, and I think it's kind of cool, but I don't know, kind of just like the title of the map doesn't really fly in my opinion. I don't know. You let me know what you guys think about that as well. Like I said, I'm not saying that either of the stuff is confirmed or denied, because, you know, it's hard to say from these alleged playtesters or whatever, but that's up to you guys to decide in the comment section down below if you think this is real or not. But another thing that's kind of pushing this to be real is the storyline and the way it's going. Now, we know that at the end of the Easter egg, we get a piece of the Soul Key. However, we've not really completely escaped Willard Wyler's film yet, so he might be throwing us back into another scene or trying to, you know, actually finish his movie. And it makes sense to go up into an alien spaceship, as aliens are involved in the Infinte Warfare Zombie storyline. If you guys have seen the Easter egg in any capacity whatsoever, you guys have seen the boss fight and the ending with the UFO and everything like that. It would make sense, but I don't know if they're honestly going to go that direction. It's hard to say. So I'm going to give you my personal opinion about this, if I think this is real or not. Now, before I turn it over to you guys, and you let me know if it's fake or real or not, and you guys can let me know why in the comments below, I'm going to tell you why I think it's fake. Now, this is about the time where everybody starts making up these fake DLCs, either posters or names and this sort of thing. It happens literally every single year with every map pack release. I remember Black Ops 2, for Die Rise for DLC 1, when people were hyping that up, there was literally a map called Dead High, and I don't know, this just kind of gives me that vibe, right? Like, Zombies maps never start with dead. We have Call of the Dead, we have Mob of the Dead. I mean, those have dead in it, but those are usually at the end. I don't think we'd have something like Dead High or Dead Ship or something like that. I don't know. They could definitely go that route, but honestly, with the Ray Gun remake and the way this description was laid out, I feel like it's just a fake and a lot of people trying to attract attention to themselves or to this DLC 1 map. But like again, I could be completely wrong because I really have no idea. I've not played the map. I've not been to Infinity Ward to even look at it or anything like that. So I'm just saying this is all the information that we have presented, and I'm just gonna have to go with my gut feeling and say that this map is probably fake. Now, I'm just going to say probably because, like I said, I can't say for sure if this is fake, but all I want to do is now is turn it over to you guys and let me know if you think this map for this description is fake or real, and let me know why. You know, let me know if this is fake, or let me know if you think this is real and why or why not, because this is interesting. It could very well be Dead Ship, and we could very well have a ray gun and some new perks as well. I'm saying that's all completely possible, but what I'm going to do is turn it over to you guys and let me know if you think this is real or fake and why or why not. Let me know if you think this map is going to be Dead Ship and, you know, going to feature everything that this description said. I don't know, guys. That's pretty much all I got for you guys today. This is all the information we have, and it's interesting. We'll be finding out some official information from Infinity Ward very, very soon. Like I said, we only have about like a month and a half to wait for the release on PlayStation 4, but we'll get some probably information maybe about 2 weeks or so before that. That's when they usually drop the trailer. So that's pretty much it for you guys today. Thank you everybody for watching the video. If you guys did enjoy this, make sure to leave a like, and also if you guys are new to the channel and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.